Good morning, guys, and welcome back to the channel here. So I'm gonna apologize once again. Today we're not locking down that steering wheel. It is freezing outside, so I'm bringing you a special episode again from my garage. And if you guys remember back to last year before Tuner Galleria, this is exactly where we put on the PRL front mount intercooler, and this is also where we did the lowering springs for the car as well prior to going to the actual show itself. So shout out to my dad once again, who was super clutch in helping me with that suspension. The eye-box springs have been holding up great actually, so I had no complaints there. I'm gonna do a full review on everything on the car, guys, so that is gonna be coming very shortly here. But for the sake of today's show, you guys see the thumbnail, you can see it in my hand here. We have the full APR cooling plate kit. This is what's going on today. This is what I feel is gonna tie this entire engine bay all together now. There's still some miscellaneous items I want to get, like, you know, caps of a certain brand, and we still have to do the fueling upgrade. So we'll have to find a replacement valve cover, at least once all of that is done, since you can't use the Acura cover. But for the sake of today's episode, we're going to be putting this guy on. Don't worry, I promise next week we're going to be putting on that steering wheel. I'm actually off tomorrow, and I didn't know about that until yesterday. I'm going to focus on the steering wheel tomorrow, so that way that upload will be coming next week, guys, all right? Now to stay on the subject, the APR cooling kit, I got the full carbon one. I think this looks beautiful. APR knocked it out once again. I mean, the front lip on my car is amazing. I love it. I love the weave. I love the attention to detail. You can tell it was made not only with care, but it's durable. This is on the thinner side, so you definitely wanna be very careful, right? You guys can see how thin this is. So I've read over the instructions. It doesn't seem too hard, you know, but you never know with these kind of things. I'm guessing these are just overlays that go on them. I didn't see that I had to fully remove anything. At least that's how the instructions made it seem. So the first thing we have to do is we're gonna get rid of all the DownStar equipment. Not rid of it, but we're gonna have to take it off to get these guys on. So I'm gonna get to removing clips and you know, all the DownStar hardware that I have on the car, and then we'll get on to mounting these guys. All right, and you guys have already seen me do this a gazillion times, so I don't need to bore you with it. But I guess I should also see exactly where these guys are gonna sit at. See, guys, the instructions call for removing all the plastic clips along the bumper, right? So all the little black clips on your white trim, you're gonna wanna get rid of all of those. Now what I have to do is seed this, right? I'm not sure if I'm gonna run into any issues with the Venturi system. You know, when I say issue, I mean, is there gonna be like a fitment issue? Do I have to trim something? That's what I'm referring to. So I'm not sure. I've seen other people run it without having to cut anything, so I'm just gonna have to figure out how to, you know, how to get to that part. But let's get going with getting this guy on here right now, and let's see if I encounter any pain points, all right? All right, so first mistake we already made is you don't have to remove the DownStar hardware, so DownStar. So if you have DownStar hardware like me, you don't have to remove that. Here's why. If you see the way this is set up, it covers all the DownStar hardware, so it is only held in by the front clips. I haven't clipped it in yet, I'm about to, but in case you guys ever go through this, so you know it is only held in by these clips. There's nothing else really securing it, which is kind of strange in my opinion, but hey, I guess that's how it works. So there you go. Don't make the mistake like me and take out your DownStar hardware, because we have to put it back right now. So I fixed my mistake, and now we go on to installing this thing. So this thing says it's gonna be tight in terms of fitment, but you start with the centerpiece according to the APR instructions. So I'm just making sure that nothing here is in my way, right? Which it looks good. I sincerely hope that this doesn't break. I really do, because it's thin. I don't want anything to happen to it. And to top it off, the instructions said use like a rubber mallet for this. That's kind of scary. Oh, I know, I know. Oh, that went in. Just so I can show you guys what it looks like on right now with the first piece. That is it. You do the center first, like I said, for the instructions. Then it says you can do the left or the right. So up to you which side you want to go with. I'm going to go with the right because I need to get the hood prop, this actual hood prop, through the other guy, through the left side panel one. So let's remove these clips on this side, on the right, and then we'll go from there. So it looks like on this side, guys, I just had to take out these two clips and then just add the hardware that was provided to me from APR. My only thing, guys, with this kit, or with these three pieces that I'm seeing is that, one, I'm nervous, right? This wasn't cheap, and, you know, it's kind of scary. I believe all these clips are the same in size. Let me just make sure. But it's just kind of scary, right, that this thing is only going to be held in by 3 clips, which doesn't really sit right with me, but who am I to complain, all right? After a ton of fighting, guys, it's finally done on the right side. And that was fairly easy. And I say fairly easy because if you can see these 2 clips right here, to get those in is a pain in the butt. And then you have to drill out the 8mm hole like they suggest in here. If not, that clip is not getting in at all. So there's the drill. I did it off camera. I'll show you guys on the left side how I did it, but I'm gonna drill that hole first, and then we'll move on to putting on the last piece. But yeah, those clips, they're not lying in the instructions when they say you probably want a mallet because there's no other way to get them in. What's gonna be scary is trying to get that thing out if I ever have to get this front bumper off. So that is gonna be a not so fun part. I don't know how I'm gonna get that out at all, at least these 2 inner ones. We'll figure it out one day, right? But let's get the last piece on so you guys can see the entire setup and how it looks, and then we'll just go from there and close out the video. All right, so we're finally done, guys. And as you can tell by my hair, I've been fighting with these clips. There's 2 of them that are a big pain. I'm not a fan of how hard they were. I broke one of them. So APR, if you do see this video, include some extra clips, please. You guys only allotted for the amount that we actually needed to get this in, but one of them broke on me. So now I have to go to, just a local store and find a new clip or order one on Amazon or something. But in the future, can you throw in like 3 or 4 extra ones just to be on the safe side? Because they are kind of flimsy. They're not like super great and sturdy. So I did end up breaking it. But I'm gonna point you guys to the worst 2 pain points of this guy, all right? Which is the top clips. Where you have to drill is where it was the biggest pain. So this guy, I even chipped it a little bit right here, which is terrible, just trying to get this thing in. But that's the guy that broke on me. So I just put it in with a different clip right now. I'll fight with it tomorrow and get it out. But other than that, I mean, it looks beautiful, guys, right? Like I said, this was something that I wanted to do so that way I could just have my focus on the engine bay, right? Not on the white or whatever, or the actual paint of the car. And I think I kind of accomplished that here. I will say the only thing left will be obviously the valve cover, like this top. But once we get the new fuel system in there, we'll look to see what color valve cover I want to get, kind of tie the theme all together. So we'll see. But I mean, I'll give you as wide as I can go right now. That's how she looks. And I think it looks beautiful. Like I said, APR does a great job with their carbon. I can't say enough good about it, to be quite honest. The lip is still holding on. Obviously, the front end of my car looks terrible because of the snow and salt. The lip is held on. It's been great. That's PPF'd, so I don't worry too much about it. It's hit snow, so I can't really say that I haven't put it through its test or through the ringer. It's bolted down really well, and you guys seen that video, right? So, but you know, APR, their carbon is great. And the weave is awesome. Everything worked out great. And like I said, right, the second pain point is this freaking clip right here where you drill into. That thing was not fun at all. But overall, I'm super impressed with it. You guys let me know down in the comments, what do you think about it? I think it looks fantastic. And that was the last step that I needed to bring, like I said, right, bring all the attention to this now, right here, this portion. I didn't want anybody looking off to the sides or anything like that. So I think we accomplished that in spades. I'll end this episode right here, guys. Stay tuned, right? Next week, I'm gonna get the steering wheel on. I promise you guys that. I'll be working on it tomorrow when you guys see this video. Today's Sunday, as I recorded it. You guys get this on Sunday. Tomorrow, Monday, I'm off. I just wanna take all my time in the world to get that thing on and do it properly, just because I've never done this before. And there's wires involved, and wires not only scare me, but I'm terrible at that aspect of cars. So hopefully we get a little better at it with this, a little more practice, but that's next week's episode. So stay tuned for that. I'm excited for it. It's the last piece. Maybe I'm gonna order a couple more things before the show, but it's the last piece interior-wise before this guy goes off to Tuner Galleria, all right? And if you are in the Chicagoland area, or if you're in the Midwest for that matter, shoot, even if you're from another state, I don't care where you're from, but if you wanna come see the car, you wanna meet me, you wanna chat, I'm more than welcome to. I'll be at Tuner Galleria, guys. That is March 8th, the weekend of World of Wheels. But remember that Tuner Galleria is only a one-day event, so it only takes place on that Saturday. But if you guys want to see me, see the car, check out the car, see how everything looks, by all means, I'll be there. I hope to see you guys. I hope to meet new people. I hope to meet new subscribers. But I'm excited. I'm super excited this year. The car has gone through a massive transformation from last year's Tuner Galleria, where we just had rims, front mount intercooler, and lowering springs, right? So we went from that to everything that you see here in the span of a year, which is insane. And we're close to, if not over 400 horsepower at the crank. At the wheels, we got what was it, 367 or something like that, 360, 367, and then with 387 foot-pounds of torque. Now we're gonna dial that up come the spring, right? The guys that don't know, anybody new to the channel, the goal is to get 500 plus out of this engine, and that's what we're gonna do. So in a year's time, to go from what we went to get to here, not only a true blessing, guys, but it's been awesome. I've loved the journey. But I can't wait to show off this side of the product now at Tuner Galleria. So Tuner Galleria, March 8th, I got added, and the car was selected to go to another show at the end of the month, which is WECFest at Navy Pier. So I'll throw out more info as that one gets a little closer, but for now, Tuner Galleria, March 8th. I hope to see you guys there. For anybody that I do see and that does come by, it's gonna be awesome. So make sure you come seek me out, seek out the Acura. I'm gonna end this video as this, guys. Next week, steering wheel F1 style. I can't wait to put it on, and I get the little quick release, right? So I need a little backpack now to carry my steering wheel around with me everywhere. But we'll look for one later. I'm gonna end it here, guys. So as always, go ahead, look, and take it easy. Stay warm, because it's super cold out. Have a good evening. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. And I'll catch you guys here next week, all right?